Georgia Rastafari. Hello. Been on a bit of a reggae hype recently, boys. Oh yeah. Right, there's a few things I want to talk about today. As you can see by the title, I might have titleized this a little bit differently. Number one, a few issues with the speed triple. Sorry, a few issues with the street triple. Number two, I'm not sure if you can see on the screen there, but it's come up and it says fuel low, 0 mile range. Now this is an issue that I've had with this bike. Right, does this one do super unleaded as well, or that one is diesel and that one's petrol? I'm gonna have to wait for this person basically. Whilst we wait, I'll just talk over the issue. Basically, the fuel range mile per gallon limiter estimator thing on this bike is ridiculous. It's saying I've got 0 miles left, but I can still hear a big sloshing in the tank. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go up to Halfords and try and get myself a little petrol canister that'll hold maybe 500ml to a litre. I'm just going to do like a mileage test past the fuel range thing, because when it comes up with 0 miles, I mean the light comes on at 120. The light will come on about 120 mile, and I know from my other bike I could get about 160 to 180 mile out of a tank, and that was fairly consistent. Now I'm not sure if it's to do with the bike breaking in or not. I don't know, but hey. Right, so just filled up £21.88 and it's 13.77 litres out of a 17 litre tank. 16 litre, I can't remember which one it is now. So what I'm going to do, going to erase my trip. I've only got one trip up on here, and then we'll go for fuel stations. I'm getting an average of 44 mile a gallon, which is shit, to be honest. With the other bike, I think that's wrong, because on the other bike I'm doing pretty much the same. I've been breaking it in as well. I mean, it's a new engine, it might need to, butt in, but again, 13.77 litres out of I'll have to look up how big the tank is. I think it's 16 litres. It might even be 40, in which case I was cutting that very short. But I was doing, I didn't have a full trip. I kept coming back and putting fivers in. So definitely something to look into at least. Oh, there's another thing you can see, I'm sure, is that I've relocated the mirrors. Yeah, I've changed the mirrors. I'm sure you can gather that by now. So yeah, I've flipped the mirrors. I wanted to see what I was just cleaning the bike yesterday, going over it, giving it a good detail, and I just thought I'd see what it'd do. If it was feasible to actually keep them like this, because my right arm is blocking them a little bit, and I've sort of tucked them in that way. So I might end up going back to, the way that it was, and setting them up. They don't hit the tank or anything, so yeah, I mean, they're quite big mirrors anyway. The reason I was messing about with the mirrors, so point number 3 is ergonomics, is I've been messing around with the ergonomics of this bike. So basically I've been getting quite a lot of pain in my leg and back and all sorts, and what I've done is I've just moved the handlebars around. I'd love to wheelie off this little thing here, by the way, but not sure if I'm going to be able to. But I've had quite a lot of issues with pain on this thing, and what I've done is I've moved the bars over, because the bars were slightly askew, and I've pushed them back. So I've pushed them that way, which I'm sure you might be able to see. There's lots of scarring marks and stuff from this thing, and also it ties in with the vibrational issues that I've been having. Yeah, I've been suffering quite badly with this bike. After maybe half an hour or so, is I'll get really bad dead arms, really tingly fingers, and the same with my feet as well because of the vibration. Now I did get this with the other bike, but nowhere near as bad, and I'm not sure why. But essentially what I tried to do is I tried to take this off and then put some little rubber. I got some rubber off Amazon, like rubber tape. Tried to sort of put it around, but it just wasn't. It didn't really do anything. Yeah, it didn't fit properly, it's a bit too thick, and then I tried just one layer under here to see if that would do it, and then tightened it all up, and again wasn't really fitting too well, and then ended up just testing both. and both of them, they were pretty much the same. There was no point, the rubber didn't do anything. Let's have a gander. Right, so that was a fucking failure. They don't have jerry cans small enough. They've only got 5 litres, and that's pretty standard apparently. So I'm not sure I'm going to do this, to be honest, but we shall endeavour. Because what I want to do is essentially carry some fuel around with me and run the tank out. As silly as that because I want to see how many miles I'm actually getting out of a fucking tank instead of what the computer's telling me, because the computer's going to be conservative, isn't it? So oh, cheers mate, thank you. That's that over. Yeah, I can't really see anything out of my right mirror without moving my arm up. What I might have to do is put that mirror back up on top here. I don't know, I just like the idea of underslung mirrors again. It just neatens up the line of the bike, makes it look nicer, and it's easier to get the cover on as well, sillily enough. So yeah, I want to actually see how many miles I'm going to get out of a tank, but I don't think doesn't look feasible. So I have to look online to see if there's any kind of smaller jerry cans for like 500ml just to get me to the petrol station, or I would actually like to do a solid comparison. What I wanted to do was stick in the same mode, stick in the same power mode, so that I know, you know, that I'm getting a fair test. Because if I start changing power modes, obviously that's going to change the economy of the bike and all that bollocks. So anyway, we shall endeavour with that, and we'll carry on. We've got a nice fresh tank of petrol, so we'll try it out, and we'll come up with something, I'm sure. Coming onto these bars, they are, and the engine in general. I'm having quite a few issues really. With quite a few issues with vibrations. Now the other bike that I had, the other street triple, had the same issue, but it was nowhere near as bad. And if I'm on a dual carriageway, or if I'm on the motorway, you know, and I'm at a constant RPM, it really, it's like a really fine frequency, and it gets right into my fucking palms, and I just go numb. Like, I just go completely fucking numb, and it's not nice. Oh yeah, mate, I'm 125, bro. And my legs start to go numb, and so, like I said before, I've been messing around with the ergonomics of the bike, because I just want to see if I can fix that in any way. But also the main issue really is this is bolted on by metal onto metal, and there's no rubber that I can see. There's no damping to help the vibrations coming through the bars, and the same with the pegs as well. Whereas other companies usually put like a rubber mounted system on there, so it helps take some of the frequency out, some of the vibrations at least, but this one just doesn't have that at all. So the issue really is the mounting system, I think, and the fact that the engine is just very vibey itself. Now I'm going to see if that can be tuned out by suspension. I've got a suspension set up next week, next Saturday, back at TW Suspension, a guy called Chute. I had a good experience there last time. I got a video with him in December. So yeah, we'll see how that goes, see if that can be tuned out, because the front end on this is very, I can't figure it out. On the other bike it was the same, but it's very jarring is the word, I think. So if I go over a pothole, it is just slamming my hands, and I think that I've brought the tyre pressures down as well, just to see if that would help, and it has a little bit, but nothing, it's not done much at all. So we'll see if it can be tuned out via suspension, and also going to see if it's can be tuned out via a dyno. I'm looking at getting this dynoed and tuned up to get everything out, because there's a lot of Euro 5 stuff in this bike that is really holding it back. which is really is a shame, because it's a lovely bike, but obviously with Euro 5 and emissions and all that kind of stuff, it's just what can you do? God, it's very windy, I do apologise. So anyway, yeah, so I've basically changed the ergonomics to try and help me out, because I've got a lot of back pain and knee pain and all that kind of stuff. So and I also wanted to try some rubber damping, so basically I got some rubber tape off Amazon, tried to sort of put it in here, see if that will make a difference, and unfortunately after a big faff it's not worked out. Oh, there we go, it's gone loose again. Right, that, and there is another problem with the bike, which I'll do another video about, because that's something in itself, that. So basically, if I'm on a dual carriageway like I am now, and I'm staying at this RPM, or any RPM above sort of 4,000 for any sort of prolonged period of time, because the bars are so, I don't know the word, but because there's no damping in them, there's nothing to stop them from the engine upwards, there's nothing to reduce the frequencies that are coming up to your hands. Same with the foot pegs as well, there's no rubber or anything to help with the damping, which is, you know, whatever. But with these I expect there to be a solution, and unfortunately it turns out that what I wanted to do was I wanted to put heavier bar weights on, which, you know, was fairly standard. Put some bar and weights on there, and you know, that should sort the vibrational problems out. But unfortunately, Triumph in their wisdom have decided to put like a big plug down here, a plug in here, which is fucking very difficult to get out because it's threaded. And this has been a problem now in the street triples since the 2010 onwards, I think. They've done nothing to fix it. You get the usual excuse of, oh, it affects different people, different frequencies, blah 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 blah. Let's try them flipped out that way and see what happens. If I could, nope, that's a lot worse. I can't see anything now. What a dick. See, I'm starting to get the bike a bit more, because it's come up to its service period now. I'm just you know, I'm not trying to be as timid with it anymore, and it's nice just to know what the bike's got. I'm in sport mode, I think, at the minute. I'm going to put that back though, because that, oh, there's a pheasant. Oh, that was not a pheasant, that was a fucking eagle thing. I've been doing my research, and basically I can't really find much in the UK or for companies that do threaded bar ends that I could add some weight onto without having to take this whole fucking thing out or change the bars completely, which I don't want to do, to be quite frank. I don't want to go fucking changing bars and all that, not quite yet anyway, because I'm still, you know, it's just an arse. Also, these bars themselves are actually cut out at the bottom here. There's got the little channels to cut out, so that the routing for the cables for the heated grips, which are also very poor, by the way, they are pretty cold. What the hell is, oh my god, that's gone up fucking quick. They've gone up very fucking quick. Holy shit, man. I've got a video from last year where there was nothing there. Anyway, it's going to be a pain because the heated grips are routed through the channel and then through the bars and whatever. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. So what I've done in the interim is I've gone on AliExpress and ordered some 305 gram bar end weights, which are apparently, for this bike, you can just bolt them straight onto the end. Now, I've not seen them on eBay, I've not seen them anywhere except from AliExpress, so I'm taking that with a pinch of salt, and I'm going to still look in the background to see what I can do, because I don't trust it, quite frankly. It's AliExpress, of course. It'll turn up and it'll be a fucking dildo or something, so fuck knows. But for now, I'm just going to have to get on with it, really, and there's nothing much that they can do. I don't know why Triumph don't do bar end weights. It's so stupid, because the weight that's in here already is not enough to dampen any sort of vibration. Ooh, aeroplane. So yeah, that's one of the problems, and I say that's the biggest one. That's the one that's putting me off riding this thing so much, because it's painful to ride, man. Like, if I'm doing trips to Wales or whatnot, it really is very difficult. That and quick shifter issues, which I'll talk about in another video, and the brakes squeaking a lot because the brake pads are shit and the rear brake isn't working very well at all. Is there a car coming? I don't think there is. Oh, fucking hell. Now what the fuck are you doing? Oh, this fucking idiot. Who's got right of way down here, you fucking penis? Jesus Christ. I shouldn't expect that from a bike, any bike really. And I should expect there to be some sort of solution. Yeah, something hits at about 8,000 RPM that you can feel it restricting. It's like the fueling gets really lean. You can feel it restricting it, and I'm pretty sure it's that Euro 5 stuff that's kicking in there. I can't wait to get the exhaust back on this, and I'm looking at decatting it because there's 2 cats in this bike apparently, so that'll be nice. Oh yeah, thanks for indicating, you fucking cunt. But I would like a bit more mid-range out of the thing, you know, because I want a wheelie. Just power wheelie in the mid-range, that would be really nice, instead of having to wind it all the way up, because it feels like, I don't know, just doesn't feel nice. And then back onto the ergonomics of the bike is I've pushed, like I said before, I've pushed the bars forward, I've shifted them about a bit, and I can actually tell you that I'm not experiencing as much pain in the knees or anything, or in the side, because as an archer, I'm an archery boy, right? And I get quite a lot of cramp in my rib cage on the left from where I had a bad accident a few years ago. So it's nice, yeah, it's feeling a lot better, and it's a lot colder of a day today. It's 6.5 degrees it is, you know, I mean it's gone down definitely because my fingers are freezing. And so just pushing the bars forward and moving them, because you can see the scratches there from what I've from moving it about. That's where it was, that's how far off they were. And so I've pushed them forward, and obviously changed the mirrors to the sort of the lower position, which I quite like actually. Yeah, I would like a little bit more down low. I say down low, that's at 6,000 RPM. It's definitely got more mid-range than the other bike, but I don't know, there's something missing. And it's that Euro 5 bullshit, I'm sure. So even just changing the ergonomics seems to have helped a lot. It helped on the other bike as well actually. I moved the bars about on that, and obviously that then moves all the cluster about and stuff, and I find it's easy to get to when it's pushed forward, because you can kind of like, you don't have to dip your thumb around to get to the things as much anymore. You got to be careful down there, because in the winter this gets a bit sketchy with ice and shit, so I took the traction control of this bike the other day, and I tell you what man, what a difference, what a bike. That thing becomes a fucking animal. This thing is up on its back wheel, and it just felt nice, because going through some of these corners, even in sport mode and track mode, you can feel the traction kicking in, and it's kind of annoying at times. Once you get up in that power band though, it does pull a lot, well, significantly more than the older generation. Yes. Do need to sort that suspension at the front out, because it's doing exactly what the other one did. As soon as you start, oh my balls, fuck, oh god, fucking quiet boy moment there. As soon as you start to give it some, it starts to go up on the rear, on the front, and as soon as it starts to tap the tarmac, bang, you get fucking speed. I mean, look at that. The front end is just it's so easily upset. That's the problem with it. It makes you not want to pin it, because you're too worried about the fucking front end just collapsing, or tank slapper moment kind of thing, which I have had, and it's not nice at all. Yeah, it's not slow, definitely not slow. So we're going to leave it there, folks. Here's a Sunday vid for you. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the camera settings at least, because I've changed the camera settings as well. So, and until the next time, I'll see you very, very soon, I'm sure. Sod 'em out.